is that too much. It was too much of one thing. You know, when it comes to jeopardizing like who we are as people or our families and that type of thing, then that's when you have to. That's when you have to keep going. Ebony, is Letitia fake for real? Oh, Ebony, you're not about to get me in trouble. I'm not about to be on here talking about these folks. Y'all watch this.
I know it's fake though. I don't know.
Y'all watch it. We watch it just like y'all watch it. So whatever. I'm not doing it. Ain't nobody gonna be recording this live, talking about what I said about somebody else. Because honey, the folks.
I don't know.
And it's just a fraction of your lives. 2 minutes of it, 3 minutes of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not. But listen, that's reality TV. I knew I was.
Everybody can. Yeah, they can. You can judge for yourself. Here's your iPad, baby. Come on.
That's not. That wasn't my issue with it. It's just. I mean, you guys. I mean, y'all saw the last episode. It's not anything. If you watch the show and you are a fan of the series and fan of the show, it was. I mean, everybody probably knew why I stepped away.
Let me clean my camera.
It was a surprise to anyone, probably except for my boss.
Okay. All right, let's set up here.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. Guys, while we're in here, make sure that you're tapping. Make sure you're tapping your screen. Like I tell you, baby, in my live, use your thumbs. Use your thumbs. Thank you for the gift. Now, I don't know if y'all gifted me or gifted Sophia.
Yeah, we'll take all of them, though.
But make sure you guys are tapping, share the live out. She got me up in here, and so since I'm up in here,
might as well. That's right. Might as well.
We got 60 people in this room. So
Okay. There you go. Go get your toy. Come bring it on.
my brother-in-law,
She want toys.
this is mad with.
Can y'all hear me?
Can you hear?
Okay, I can hear you now. Yes.
I hear you now.
Come on.
Make sure while you're in here that you're engaging with each other. You were my fave. Uncle Willie stood up on business page. Whitney, yes, like it became a lot. But thank you so much. Thank you for saying I was your favorite. You know, a lot of times I don't get that because people were, was kind of coming for me in these different kind of ways. And it seemed like I was coming outside of myself, having to be like, listen, don't do that. There's you both respect yourself in your lives. Thank you so much, Ebony. Yeah, I don't have my glasses on, so I keep rocking up and back trying to read this. They were jealous. I don't know what they were, but it had just got a little bit too much for me. Thank you so much, Jessica. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sophia with my face, and I follow y'all on IG. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Continue to follow us, even especially on here. There, listen. It's not the last that you're gonna see of us. Whether you see us on our social media platforms or you see us on another platform, this is not the last time that you will see me or Sophia. So thank you for supporting us. And you guys brought it. Look, from your lips to God's ears. I don't know what it's going to be, but hopefully, a spinoff will be great. Thank you so much, Tatted Teddy.
Okay, let me take you to the bathroom. Come on.
Listen, girl, Ari Barbie is saying, attention. And listen, now Sophia just started a live. She just got me in here sitting by myself. I'm supposed to be eating my little salad. I'm glad to see this friendship blossom from that show, y'all. But yeah, and that was the thing that we did. That is from Complete Star. Thank you, Complete Star. Because a lot of people didn't actually see how Gucci and I became friends. Like they showed you little clips of like when we met, and then it was like all of a sudden we were hanging out. So, people were just like, well, how they become friends, or how she just started picking a side. It wasn't about picking sides. We did a couple of scenes together that were not seen, and we also began to spend time with each other outside of filming. And it was during those moments when we realized that we had a lot of things in common. We liked some of the same things. We were close in age, in the age bracket. She and I both were the two older ones of all of the girls. And so it was just easy for us to kind of come together and bond. So it wasn't like something that happened overnight. It was organically happening behind the scenes. And y'all didn't get to see a lot of that. And I wish you would have, because, we had some fun. They didn't even really show we did a double date a couple of times with JJ and Willie and me. Willie had gone over and did some fishing at JJ's house. I think that was actually off camera, though. Gucci and I had like some shopping scenes together. There were just a lot of different things that we did on and off camera together that you guys didn't see. Yes, Ebony, she was trying, whatever you saw or not, she was trying. It became more important to her to stop worrying about whatever conflict she had with the ex, and it was more important about her getting that relationship back, because when you're in the midst of it and in the heat of it, I don't think Gucci was actually realizing like how it was affecting the kids and everything around them. But when she did realize that, and stop putting what the show wanted before what she actually needed for her family, then, you get what you see now. And that's what you have. I mean, they're a happy family. And I told her, I respected the fact that she really sat back and said, you know what? If I stay on here, this is not going to be good for our family. And it was more important for her to get those girls back with their dad and their family back together than it was for her to be on TV. Because, what a lot of people didn't know either. Sophia's dad died while we were filming. I think it was in our third season. Gucci, when did your dad pass, when we were our third season or our second season on?
Second season, yeah.
Yeah. And she was a daddy's girl, but y'all didn't see any of that. So, for her, and I mean, now that she's on here, I don't want to be speaking for her, but for her, it became more important. And that's what we sat down and said. And she was just like, I know if I stay on here, I want those girls to have the relationship back that they had and, that she admired, like she was for her daddy. And it's just, for me, like I told her, when she made the decision, everybody was like, oh, she quitting because Aikisha was quitting. No, she was thinking about quitting way before that. And what people didn't know, too, if she would have known that his ex was coming on the show from the beginning, they were not going to be coming back. That's why it was his. That's why everybody's saying, oh, you knew that she was coming on. We did not know that. And so, like I told her, I said, listen, I have much respect. I knew from me
What the heck?
that after that last situation went down, and then, it was just different things, I just think. Like, hold on, okay, I also like how you both have been negativity at home. Yes, no, I had to keep it out of my home. I have young children, and for me, I realized the people who are around me, they pour into my kids. They are around my children, and I don't want that type of energy, and how I would come home, disturbed and rattled and ready to, do some things. I don't want to be bringing that type of energy home. I don't want to bring that in my home, whether it's my home here in New Jersey, my home in Mississippi, or whatever. I didn't like bringing that type of energy into my house, especially my kids being so young. I have 2 children under 5. So, how many is in good money? Sometimes your piece is better than that.
Yeah.
Good money, girl. Listen, we ain't gonna talk.
Mm-hmm. I value at this big age, I value my peace, baby.
I value my peace. And listen, if I was getting some good money, I probably would have stayed on there and kept battling and going back and forth with them bitches. But anyway, I'm glad that you see that on your terms. And gracefully, Karen D, the show was taking a turn. Yeah.
What they say, messy.
Yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I knew I was not going to allow, because I didn't see the very last episode until you guys really saw it. And the whole scene about, picking somebody off, like, if you thought you had the power, please. But I'm not going to let anybody control my narrative like that. And that was the same thing that Sophia decided that, but for her, it was different because she had a bigger issue with more of, her husband and his children and her own children. And she wanted to work on mending and building, a powerful relationship with her and her own biological children, and then mending the relationship with her husband's kids and vice versa. So that's what was important. And for me, you're not coming for my husband on no day. You're not, if you ever think you're gonna come for him, and I'm not standing in the front, I play the offensive line on this team. He may have played it in the NFL, but I'm the offensive line when it comes to this
And
family.
you know, I'm glad we decided to leave when we did, because if we would have waited for something and got pulled farther in there, it would have been. Oh, it would.
You have to think about, with Sophia and me, we have professional lives outside of the show. Not saying that none of them don't either, but I mean, she's a realtor in the state. No matter what they say, or oh, she ain't sold a house and all this and that. Y'all go look that girl stats up. She was in the $1 Million Club when they were saying that. I didn't even know it. I'm asking her, seeing these plaques and shit where she has sold $1 million worth of homes. I'm like, bitch, why you not saying this stuff on the show and keep letting them talk about you and play you like that? But for her, it wasn't important to be bragging on what she was doing. The work is speaking for itself. So when she realized she worked for an organization and a company, I'm representing my foundation out here telling children not to do this, telling, trying to be example for kids, getting them into school, and then
they're watching. They're watching. We talk the talk. We gotta walk the walk. People are.
We realized for us, she was not about to lose her position in Keller Williams and what she was building, and I was definitely not about to be out here, I'm cussing and fighting, and then I'm out here telling kids that that's not what they're supposed to be doing, So it was just, it was a lot of stuff wrapped all into one. But yeah. And listen, we're not gonna stay talking about this show for too long, y'all, because
Move the
that type of energy into the room. But yeah, so it was a decision that we made. We are happy with it, and we wish everybody whatever. I don't wish you the best. I don't wish you the worst.
I know. I'm glad.